Well, now that was a day so far, wasn't it? Hello, everyone. If you're watching this, you probably know already that Bev bounced off the bench. And she was not happy. Did you hear her huffing and puffing? But that is anxiety. All of that shortness of breath, that breathing, anxiety. Now, I had to take a minute to step back and meditate a little bit. I had to get another tea. Today it's a little ice. Now, tell me something. Who else saves their to-go cups? I don't even know how old this is. But I wash them out and I use them because I think, oh, I don't want to wash a glass. Does that make sense? Anyway, get your tea, get your coffee, because I may have some tea for you. Because here we go. Same day, and we still are. Now you see the lineup here. Now the one thing that I want to say, well, first of all, if I haven't said it already, it's February 18th of 2025. After the disruption in the courtroom today, the defense did not get to continue with their motions. And I'm going to tell you, game on now. Game on. Because it's very clear that Hanky Harmonica hashtag misrepresented himself. Oh, well, it was just a slip of the tongue. He's so snarky and he's gaslighting the whole time. That's okay, let him do it. Because here is the analogy. If you and I are watching, so are the feds, and they are taking notes. It's my understanding, I haven't seen it, but it's my understanding that Karen immediately afterward filed a habeas corpus with the feds. It's my understanding, based on being tried for double jeopardy. The feds could dismiss this case on a much higher court. She wants to go above the state Supreme Court, and of course this particular court. Everyone is concerned that Auntie Bev is going to relieve Andrew Jackson of his pro hoc vice. Look, did we really think that interview with Boston 25 was going to be well received in the courtroom today? When they pretty much said, without naming names, that there is power behind this, where there is corruption knee-deep, probably neck-deep. She was waiting for something. I think this was a little bit of a bitty little plan. You know, Mark Betterow wanted to come on. Pro hoc vice. I don't think anybody likes it that these attorneys are working with Karen pro bono. And now they made a big deal with Turtle Boy, and they made a big deal. Okay, so we know all that. I want to deep dive. I'm going to read today like I would read for myself and say what in the absolute duck is going on in this case. When Bev bounces off the bench, that was an eye-opener. But, I think the defense may have been a little bit ready because, they filed this habeas corpus almost immediately. They're not being taken by surprise. They're not being taken by surprise. Let's see what's going on, my darlings. Kipper, mythic, what lies beneath, right? And what the heck? We have the House of Zelda and Cartomancy, and we have the fire. Look, I've got all kinds of decks behind us. We need to pull out some. We're going to do it. We need to get to the bottom of this. Let's clear the cloth. Let's make room. Let's see what's going on. And I don't want anybody to panic. Sometimes these things happen. Okay? Tell me what you see in the cloth. There's a lot of energy right now. And you know, in my earlier video today, if you haven't seen that, go back and take a look at that. It'll be linked in this video. We watched the shite go down, and we saw that. Now, in that video, I said where I saw John, and it was anyway. We're going to see what's going on, and I'll tell you all about that later. We're going to lay out the Kipper deck. It's guides and spirits, angels, the divine keepers of the universe. We need some guidance and direction. We thank you in advance. Vielen Dank für deine Freundschaft, bitte. And we thank you so much for your power. Here we go, my darlings. This is a Zelda read. Bear with me. I'm just going to lay these out like I would be laying them for myself. Okay? I'm just going to let Spirit kind of speak to me a minute. Oops, I'm sorry. I don't read reverse. And that was my apologies. Well, here we go. Are these all? I don't know what happened with my cards, but they're all disheveled, so that's okay. I think I did that myself, and they're usually in a much better position. Okay, my darlings, this is what I'm getting. I'm going to pull these to the bottom here so we can see. This is the DA. I think from what I'm looking at today, there was a plan. And the plan was that when Arca was being talked about, because you know they don't want really anybody to know that the feds are here looking for corruption. Did you notice that? It's just that the feds are there, and it's almost, what's the word? It is leading people to believe, gaslighting those who are looking in, those who don't really know the story. They're letting people presume and assume that the feds are here because they think Karen did something. That's what I'm getting. They don't really want to say that the feds have been looking into this because, you see, this started getting down deep and dirty. And they were talking about little Miss Sweet Sandra and her sweet child. And I haven't even heard of anything because wasn't Matthew Farwell supposed to be in court today? Maybe, maybe not. But they started talking about all these corrupt players. Guarino, Proctor, I don't know if Fanning came up, Tully, Bukecki, all these people. And I think that it was just getting too much because I think there was a signal. Because this judge expected it. She expected something to be happening. She expected it. And, pardon me, but so did the defense. They were not caught off guard. Now, most people think that this is to get AJ off the case. Well, look, here's the deal. Even if that happened, which I don't believe that it's going to, but even if that happened, do you know what this looks like? And especially since Brennan came out and then he had to correct himself at the end, by then the damage was done because she was upset. And I think the message that's going to go back to the CW from the defense, even if they see, no answer is the answer at this point. They know they're playing dirty. That's why they went ahead of this court and filed the habeas corpus. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a medical professional. I'm a tarot profiler, psychic medium. And this was Auntie Bev wanting to walk away today. She wanted to cause this trouble. She wanted to cause this muck, mire, and mayhem. I knew that there was going to be a pushback on Mark Betterow. And that was really kind of Hanky to say he didn't care. But they made a big deal about that. And then they made a big deal about this ARCA. So here's what I'm getting, my darlings. It seems as though that the CW has the upper hand. I will tell you, I do not feel so. Today's actions were not taken very well by whomever the powers that be that were watching, because this is the CW, this is Mr. Meatball, this is the CW being caught up in his own trap. I want you to take a breath and not get boomed up about this, okay? Because I've got to tell you something. Even if Alan Jackson is no longer allowed on the defense team, there will be a way. They have Alessi, they have David Yannetti, and look, they're going to come out so hard now against the CW. But you know what makes this feel bad? I'll tell you what makes this feel bad. Is because the defense team and Karen are doing everything the right way. They're filing all the right things. They're saying all the right things. They're not playing games. They're not gaslighting. They don't have the snarky. Brennan was snark today. And we watched the shite go down. The message to the CW now is, you know what I'm saying. I'm going to start saying this more and more, but you know what it is. FAFO. We'll let it stand like that. They're playing the game. The fakeness. Now, it's not so much fake friends, but it's the fakeness of trying to gaslight everybody and having us think that, oh yes, this is a court of law. This is a court of lawless. And it's going to be game over for these people. If you don't think they're worried, oh my goodness, they're not celebrating today. I can tell you this. Because I want you to look at Brennan. He's trying to protect Guarino. He's trying to protect these people. He should be outraged. He should be outraged. But you know, the first thing he said was, "Oh, I have experience with the the federal government." Of course you do. Let's talk about Whitey Bulger for a second. You were just put there because he needed a mouthpiece. And when he passed away, you cried like a baby over his grave. And look what they tried to do to Whitey Bulger in prison. And what did you do? Nothing. See, this is the Five of Swords. This is the CW thinking that they have the upper hand over the defense. They think, my darlings, this little setback is setting up the CW. Try not to be so boomed up. Try not to be. Karen has not been convicted. Nothing has happened yet. And I do believe that when there's an explanation and they get back in court and they can talk about this, it will be explained. And Hanky Panky will explain, "Oh, no, Your Honor, I will misstep because I'm going to tell you something. If she was going to do anything, because she did roll from the bench a couple times today, and if she were going to do anything, she would have said, I'm rescinding your pro hoc vice, Jackson, you're off." She would, and she didn't. She didn't. So we have to look at this as we may have a little bit of grace there. And I think once that gets explained away, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now. And I'm going to pull out some more cards because this is unacceptable. More messages coming. But Bev was expecting this today. And yeah, did they have a watch party? Of course. Of course. Bev was expecting this today, but she got a signal. Bev got a signal from the DA's office. She was on the phone. The universe knows the truth. Of course they do. She was on the phone, figuring things out. This may be an opportunity stolen for now. Let's not worry. Let's not worry. Worry does not help anything. Let's, for Karen's sake, be steady and strong and have faith that we know that this is going to work out. Today was stolen from the defense. This is the Three of Spades. This means a third party. A third party interference. And it's not ARCA. Very soon we're going to have poetic justice. We will see that coming. The Ten of Diamonds, a success. Unexpected news. And I believe that's coming. And I do believe we're going to see some more, maybe in motion form, maybe in some other ways. We're going to see some things before next Tuesday, I believe, is the date they're supposed to come back. Monday, Tuesday. I want you to stay strong. I want you to stay steady because help is on the way. Remember what February 17th is. It was the planet Pluto moving into Aquarius, where all the dirty laundry for these people will be aired. And it certainly is. If anybody had any question about these evil monsters, look at this. We have a Three of Spade, Three of Spade. So there was an interference to Bev from a third party. They're in this together. They're in this together. Almost like a little love triangle. But of course not. That's kind of sickening. Don't talk about that, Zelda. Good grief. You know what this, I'm looking at this unexpected news, and you know what else this is? Not only is it an interference, it is a block created by others. A block. We don't know. It could have been the governor on the phone. We don't know, but listen, all of you need to be finding some peace over this. Because how would we know about corruption if it wasn't brought forth? I want you to know Ted Daniel from Boston 25 has been posting on X like he's dumbfounded. He's appalled. We knew this was going to happen. If you come out on public TV and you start talking about these people who are dirty, you think they're going to say thank you? No, they're not. Well, I can't help myself. I got to get another little card deck out here. Here we go. Now, see, this is what I do. When I read, there's no rhyme, no reason, no fact, nothing formal. We just go for it. So I'm just saying, Zelda, go for it. See, people are keeping an eye on them, and this is a card of suspicion. So they're being looked at, my darlings. Today's procedure was being looked at. I can't tell you. This also says great interest taken by others. Yeah, it raised somebody's little eyebrow today. We have a Jack of Diamonds, and we have this Jack of Diamonds, and basically this is news coming. The diamonds are air signs. They are communication. This is news coming. Look for news coming by the end of this week. Look for news. We're going to see more from the Karen Reed side. This is an anchor. It's a business card, and it's a legal card, and it just literally means that sometimes you just have to hunker down. You have to drop anchor, and you have to regroup, because you know what, my darlings, they have to do everything right. They have to. The Nine of Diamonds, this heart is telling us that in the end, we're going to have some very heart-filled emotion. This will turn around. This will not go against Karen. And this is a spring timing card. This Ace of Diamonds. The birds here, the way they are positioned on these not so positive cards, basically say there are fierce enemies, dire enemies, fierce enemies, dire misfortune. But this is a chance to avert an evil spell. You and I both know. Now come here closer, because we're going to whisper. You and I both know who we feel is dabbling a little bit in this stuff. Prayer changes things, my friends. Prayer changes things. Pray for Karen. And don't beg when you're praying. Oh, please, God, please. This makes me so nervous. No. We are supposed to stand up. In the book of Isaiah, it says, stand up to me on my throne. Approach my throne and stand up to me. So we say, Father, you see this. You see the injustice. We are here. We're here. We need divine intervention. That's how God likes to be prayed to. Not begging, but thanking. Thanks, Father. I know you have the ability to change things. I'm counting on you. And then let him do his thing. Don't take it back. There's more discovery coming, and we have this card out here as we definitely know. We have a lot of jacks. The jacks are these, they're not the lesser than at all, but there's more coming. This book, there's a mystery. More is going to be unfolding. There's going to be more coming. And there is definitely the key. And look at who we talked about this morning with this Four of Clubs. Getting in bed with the devil. Hello, Hank. This is the key. There's going to be the key to success. The key to this book. Listen, this is drawing so much. People are seeing. People see the travesty. Bev is going to have a very hard time going forward. She can rule the way she wants to. But I say at this point, thank God we're not having a bench trial. I don't think it's going to be April 1st, by the way. I think there's going to be some more things that are going to come out. And I think there's going to be more emotions. And there's not going to be a choice. Not going to be a choice. She's going to have to move it from April 1st. Not going to be a choice. Toxic is right. That means check ourselves. That means when you check yourself, that means you've got to make sure that everything is right and in place. For the CW to insinuate that the defense did something that they weren't supposed to do, that was a set-up. That was a set-up. Oh, see, pardon me. That was me. I hit the camera. That was a setup. That was a signal. So don't get worried. This is total drama and action. You're seeing it unfold right before your eyes. Now, I could be going on and on and on, but what I'm going to say is this. Take a breath. Just go to the throne in confidence. Because at this point, Karen needs all the prayers she can get. 2 or more coming together. Hello. We've got her back. But at this point, my darlings, we're seeing the snark. We're seeing what's happening here. But you know, the truth is going to set her free. The universe knows the truth. And help is coming from the cosmic unknown, the heavens. And before you know it, my darlings, this toxic situation that is total drama, and it just seems like so much fake. Game over. I don't know how it happens. And quite frankly, I'm looking forward to finding out how it happens. But just so Karen is acquitted, dismissed, something. I don't care how it happens. It just needs to happen, right? That's what needs to happen. So please do me a favor. Subscribe, like. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be reading. We're going to be going through this together. Don't worry. Have faith. They keep making critical mistakes, but we know this was an interference by a third party. And Bev, in my opinion, expected it. She got signaled. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Don't worry. This is drama. We're here for it. You can't go into battle thinking that we're going to sit on the sidelines now. Let's gird up our loins, right? And let's get ready because we got some more ground to cover. Thanks for being here, my darlings. Thank you for your support. Free Karen, justice for John. And we'll see what happens next. I'll be here, and I know you will be too. Much love to you guys. See you soon.